channel. I'm just a girl who likes reading romance, fantasy romance, paranormal romance, any kind of genre of romance in general. And I also happen to have cerebral palsy, and it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to my channel. Happy Monday! I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Before we start today's video, I'd just like to say thank you for 300 YouTube subscribers. I can't believe I have 300 subscribers. That's crazy to me. I'd just like to say thank you for taking time out of your day to watch me talk about my favorite romance books. It just means a lot. Today's video is going to be a new to me author binge video, and that author is Rina Kent, her Legacy of God series. I decided to binge read this series because I keep hearing Jen from the Book Refuge talk about this series in her weekly wrap-up videos, and I wanted to give it a try. Also, I heard Tiffany from TikTok's pages talk about God of Malice, and she speaks really eloquently about books. After hearing those two talk about it, I wanted to see if I liked it. There are 4 books in the Legacy of God series. It goes Book 1, God of Malice, Book 2, God of Pain, and Book 3, God of Wrath, and the most current one is God of Ruin. And I binge read all of these books. I listened to the audiobooks. The audiobooks are great. It's a dark romance college series. Check your trigger warnings. Most of these kids are sons and daughters of mafia bosses. It's a next-gen series. Some of them is 3rd gen, but I read this series as is. You won't get lost if you didn't read the parent story. Out of Malice, we have Glindian, and Killian. In this world, we have a college, and they have 2 separate groups, the elites and King's U. The elites are where the British rich kids stay.
King's U is where the American kids go to school.
Glindian struggles with depression. Her friend committed suicide, and she, at the beginning of the book, she is on a cliff contemplating suicide. So suicidal ideation, trigger warnings for that. And Killian sees Glindian, and he has this camera, and he takes a picture of her. They get into it. Glindian wants Killian to give her the camera, and so they fight over the camera. Killian said to Glindian, "I'll give you the camera if you make it worthwhile for me." So in the beginning there is a non-con scene, so please check your trigger warnings. Killian is a psychopath. He was born a psychopath, it's not due to childhood trauma or anything. He was just born that way because his parents do love him, but he was born without empathy, so that's what makes him a psychopath. After that incident, Glindian
they engage in mind game situations.
And Killian says to Glindian, if you want me to stop, you can tell your family. Glindian is part of this rich British family who will do something about it if she tells them what type of situation she's getting into with Killian, and her family will do something about it because they have the power to. But Glindian never tells her family about the types of situations she gets into it with Killian because a part of her likes the mind games he's playing with her, so she doesn't tell her family. Glindian has two twin older brothers, Landon, Brandon. Landon is also a psychopath artist who feels no emotions. But what I liked about Glindian and Killian's relationship, through her situations with Killian, she opened her up to her family about the things she is feeling, about her depression, because after her friend died, she closed herself off from everybody. The thing I like that Glindian did for Killian, he gave Killian a reason to open up to his family, and through his relationship with Glindian, she gives him the courage to confront his family. Honestly, it was a 4-star book for me, but when Killian confronted his parents and his brother and says, I hate you, to his father, and his father had the realization that he's been treating his son all wrong, it got me emotional, and that's why I gave it 4.5 stars instead of 4. God of Pain, about Glindian's cousin named Creighton and Annika. But Clayton is adopted by his parents from a young age, and Annika is an American, but she goes to the British part of the school. She goes to school in the elite section, and you can see in book 1 how Annika develops an interest in Clayton, and in book 2, God of Pain, she tries to get Annika tries to get Clayton to open up, to not be so broody. She even cooks for him, even though she's a bad cook. Annika finds out about Clayton's interest in BDSM. She says, don't use other submissives, use me, because I've taken an interest in you. Like, Annika had a crush on Clayton, and he's like, you cannot handle me, and she said, yes, I can. So they do a test run, and after that, Clayton agrees to Annika's proposition, and so they get into this BDSM relationship of sorts. He is the saddest, and Annika finds out she is the moochest. Like, he likes to inflict pain, and she likes to take the pain. And something happens in the story where you find out that it's not easy for them to be together. It turns into a Romeo and Juliet situation. Please check your trigger warning. It's described as a dark romance, Grumpy Sunshine, but I liked it. I gave it 5 stars. I liked the whole situation with families, and there's a moment where Annika has to choose between Clayton and her family. That's why I say it's a bit of a Romeo and Juliet aspect. God of Wrath, it's about Cecily and Jeremy. Cecily is friends with the British boy, and Jeremy is Annika's older brother. So I gave God of Pain 5 stars. God of Wrath was my least favorite in the series because Cecily had a crush on Landon throughout the series, and in her book, Landon tells her to spy on the American group, tells her to infiltrate their group, and Jeremy has taken an interest in Cecily because he's been following her. He knows that Landon sent her to spy on them, and Jeremy tries to get Cecily to see how bad Landon is, that he doesn't deserve her time. And she is very insistent throughout the beginning of the book that Landon is a good person. Her crush is justified. Of course, that angers Jeremy. She's trying to spy on his family, so he does retribution, and truthfully, she deserves the wake-up call, but they did grow on me at the end of the book. I liked Jeremy's conversation with his dad about how he's not sure that he can trust Cecily because Cecily, in the beginning of the book, had feelings for Landon, and how his dad helped him cope with that situation. And you can see the turning point when Cecily starts having feelings for Jeremy. I enjoyed this book by the end. I gave it 4 stars. It's God of Ruin. It's Mia and Landon's story. I wasn't sure how to feel about this book because Landon was such the villain in the other books. So I wasn't sure if I'm going to like him because I hated him in the first 3 books. He would butt into everyone's relationships and make trouble for them. The book turned it around for me. It changed my opinion of Landon. The heroine, Mia, is Killian's cousin, and she has
Mia uses sign language to communicate with people.
To her when she was younger, like she got kidnapped, and after that whole situation, she refused to talk. She does know how to talk, but after that incident, she does not talk to anyone. And at the beginning of this book, Mia crashes Landon's party to get revenge on what he did to her older brother, because of Landon, her older brother Nikolai got hurt. He actually caused Landon to have a bloody face, though she did extract her revenge. But after that, she gets the attention of Landon, and basically she becomes his muse, and he takes her to this haunted mansion, and they spend time together, and they get into sexual situations, and but whatever Landon does, like, that toes the line, when she says stop, he stops, no question. And Landon learns sign language for Mia, and Mia also helps Landon get closer to his siblings, because throughout the books you see that Landon always saw his siblings as his property, but he never had any good emotions toward them, because he felt an indifference toward them because he's a psychopath, and because of his relationship with Mia, he gets closer to his twin brother and his younger sister. And Landon helps Mia get over her trauma from being kidnapped. Landon helps her get over her trauma. He helps her find herself again. And I really liked it. It was my favorite book in the series so far. I gave it 5 stars. Because I thought Rina Kent did the impossible. She made me love Landon. And so that's why it's my favorite book in the series. So if I was going to rank them, number 1 would be God of Ruin. Number 2 would be God of Malice. Number 3 would be God of Malice. And number 4 would be God of Wrath. Those are my thoughts on Rina Kent's Legacy of God series. Please let me know down in the comments below if you have read any of these books. I would love to know. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. That would mean the world to me. And I'll see ya Wednesday. Bye.